There's a story unfolding right now in Jewish communities around the world. On one side, small and large dairy farms that have supported families, local economies, and kosher supply chains for generations. On the other, nimble food tech startups offering precision fermented milk proteins, plant-based cheeses, and lab-grown alternatives that promise environmental gains, animal welfare benefits, and new market opportunities. This isn't a simple tale of winners and losers. It's a moment for creative communal thinking that can protect livelihoods, strengthen food security, and turn disruption into a set of deliberate, values-driven choices. First, let's be candid about the human cost if change is unmanaged. Dairy farming supports more than milking cows. It sustains truck drivers, feed suppliers, cheesemakers, kosher supervisors, veterinarians, local co-ops, and seasonal workers. If market demand shifts rapidly toward alternative proteins, communities that rely heavily on dairy income could face serious instability. That risk matters because halacha and Jewish communal priorities have always placed a high value on protecting people's means of living, dina dimalchuta dina, and communal responsibility, supporting the poor and maintaining a resilient supply of kosher food. But the picture is not only danger. There are practical, hopeful pathways to preserve dignity and keep communities whole. One of the clearest opportunities is transition planning. Farmers and dairy workers are not destined to be casualties of progress. With coordinated investment, many can shift into roles that the new food economy needs. For example, farms can convert land to grow feedstocks for fermentation, sugar beets, non-GMO corn, specific biomass crops, or to produce input crops for plant-based milks, oats, almonds, soy. Existing infrastructure, cold storage, logistics networks, packaging facilities, remains highly valuable and often transferable. Cooperatives of kosher dairies could form joint ventures with startups, offering land, know-how, and community trust in exchange for equity, stable contracts, or co-branded products. These models keep capital and jobs local while allowing farms to diversify income streams. Training and workforce development are central. Communities should invest in rapid retraining programs that teach farmers and plant workers the skills biotech and food manufacturing require: GMP, good manufacturing practices, basic fermentation principles, quality control, HACCP, and digital traceability systems. Jewish vocational schools, community foundations, and kosher certification agencies could partner with regional governments and industry to underwrite training costs. A positive framing helps. Workers don't give up their identity as food stewards. They expand it. When a dairy family learns how to run a feedstock greenhouse, manage a purification line, or operate logistics for precision fermented ingredients, they preserve income and gain long-term market relevance. Philanthropy and community funds have a huge role to play. The Jewish community has long mobilized to respond to economic shocks. Think funds for small businesses, communal shlichut, or disaster relief. Those same mechanisms can be redirected proactively. Transition grants, low-interest loans, and matched investments could help farmers retrofit equipment, install renewable energy, or start co-ops that supply inputs to food tech. Charitable arms of federations or philanthropists might seed incubators that co-locate startups and traditional producers, so know-how flows both ways. By doing this intentionally, communities honor the value of supporting livelihoods while accelerating innovation that ultimately improves communal food choices. Kosher certification agencies are a uniquely powerful lever. They can create pathways that favor producers who adopt humane and sustainable practices, fast-tracking certifications for companies that partner with local farmers, or offering visibility to products that provide living wages across the supply chain. Certifiers can also play matchmaking roles, introducing startups to kosher farms, advising on plant conversions, and helping design shared usage facilities that meet both halakhic needs and industrial standards. Because trust is the currency of kashrut, agencies that actively shepherd transitions will help preserve market access for traditional producers in new formats. Food security and price stability deserve attention. One worry communities voice is that consolidation in food tech could concentrate supply and spike prices, undermining kosher access for lower-income families. The remedy is straightforward and inherently communal: diversify supply channels and encourage open, competitive markets. Local co-ops, regional manufacturing hubs, and community-backed production reduce dependency on a single global supplier. Public sector partnerships can support scale-up in places where market forces alone would be too slow, ensuring that innovations don't become luxury items, but tools for broader access. In short, innovation should be democratized, not concentrated. Cultural and ritual continuity is another area to address with sensitivity and optimism. Many families and institutions value traditional dairy cheeses for ritual or culinary reasons. Abrupt disappearance would be felt beyond economics. Communities can support small-scale artisan dairy producers who maintain traditional methods for ritual use, while allowing larger-scale production to shift toward alternatives. This layered approach, preserving boutique dairy for ritual contexts while adopting tech-driven alternatives for mass consumption, respects both heritage and innovation. Finally, governance and policy matter. Communal leaders, rabbis, federations, kashrut agencies, and cooperative boards should form multi-stakeholder task forces now. These groups can map local economic exposure, identify farms at risk, prioritize training and funding needs, and negotiate partnership frameworks with startups. Too often decisions come after disruption has already happened. Proactive policy lets communities steer outcomes. A positive, values-based stance signals to entrepreneurs that partnering with local Jewish stakeholders is not only ethical, but also smart business. The upshot is hopeful and pragmatic. Reducing reliance on traditional dairy need not mean abandoning farmers or weakening communal food security. With foresight, investment, and communal resolve, Jewish communities can shepherd a transition that preserves livelihoods, expands kosher choices, promotes animal welfare, and strengthens local economies. This is an opportunity to model how a values-driven community manages technological change, protecting the vulnerable, rewarding stewardship, and embracing innovation in ways that reinforce the social fabric rather than unravel it.